Right, so I want to do a quick little video here. I'm at work actually during my break at lunchtime, and I want to just do this video because a buddy of mine had shared something on Facebook that reminded me of something that happened. It's been a long time ago to me. So um, he was talking about how he just had a kid, and he was talking about he was walking somewhere and he tripped and he fell, and his first instinct was to fall and get her out of the way. So the same sort of thing happened to me back when my oldest was like, I want to say he was like a year old. He was, he was young enough that when we were going in and out of a building, whatever, he got carried. He wasn't able to really walk on his own at this point. So I want to say he was like a year old. I don't remember exactly how old he was when this happened, but he was young, okay? And we'd gone to Buffalo Wild Wings, I think it was, some restaurant with a couple buddies of mine, and had dinner, and we were leaving the restaurant. I had him in my arms, and my buddies were behind me, and as I was walking out, I was sort of looking back, talking to one of them about something, and I didn't see it was curb-looking things they have in parking spaces, to keep you from going too far. There was one of those in front of me that I didn't notice. I didn't see it was there. So as I was walking, I tripped over that curb, hump, whatever you want to call it. I tripped over it and started to fall down. Now, as I was falling, I didn't have time to think, right? Because, when something like that happens, you don't have time to think and reason out, well, here's what I've got to do. You just act by instinct. And my immediate instinct, apparently, this was my first kid, I just barely become a dad. My first instinct was to immediately roll myself so that my back was facing the ground and hold my son up in the air so that he would be safe. My first instinct was to protect him and sacrifice myself in the process, because I have no clue what's behind me at this point. I have no clue how I'm going to land. All I know is I can't let him get hurt. So I raised him up in the air. I fell down. I managed to not, knock myself out. And once they figured out I was okay, we all laughed about it. It was, it's kind of a funny story to tell. But now it scared him, but he wasn't hurt. And actually, a similar story happened with my youngest son a year or two ago, a year and a half ago, something like that. We were at the pool, my in-laws' pool. We were at their house swimming, and he had just gotten to the point where he's comfortable enough to jump in off the side of the pool as long as there's somebody there to catch him, right? Well, I was just kind of floating out in about the middle of the pool, deep enough where I couldn't stand up. And I was looking the other direction. I didn't know he was coming. Well, he had gotten out on the other end and had run around to where I was and wanted me to catch him. Which, as long as I'm prepared for it, is fine, because I can get myself, ready to catch him. Well, he didn't warn me. He just came running. And he, right before he jumped in, he said, "Daddy!" I turned around, and I see him flying in the air. So I reached up, I caught him, and I held him above the water. I was underwater. I couldn't get up. It was like I said, it was deep enough that I couldn't reach the bottom. So I was just kicking my feet to keep him afloat while I'm underwater, hoping that someone would notice and get him so that I could get out. But again, another one of those things where I didn't have time to think. I didn't have time to plan out my reaction. It was instinct. It was pure and utter instinct of, my son's in danger. I've got to protect him, no matter what it costs me. So, the application of that for us. Our Father, God, has that same desire when it comes to us, His children. He wants to protect us. He wants to keep us safe. He doesn't want to let anything hurt us. So, now, and it goes even further than that, because we know that our God is an all-powerful, all-knowing God. He doesn't get surprised. He doesn't trip. He knows exactly what's going to happen. So, when you take those two things and combine them, that we have a God who's all-powerful and all-knowing, isn't taken by surprise, isn't shocked, knows exactly what's going to happen, and has a plan. When you take that and combine it with the fact that He's a God who loves us, cares for us, and wants to protect us and let us be the best we can be, that means that any trial, any challenge, any hardship that comes into my life is there to make me better. It's there in some way to protect me. So, you lose your job. Somehow, that's God protecting you. Now, do we always know how that is? No. That's the thing about being finite beings. We don't know how God's working in that situation. But we can have faith that our God, who is all-knowing, who is all-powerful, who has it all in His hand, we can have faith because we know that, and because of our past experience with Him, that when that trial comes, and when that challenge comes, and when that hardship comes that we just don't want to go through, we can have faith in the fact that our God is in control, and that He loves us, and He cares for us, and He wants to protect us and see us grow into the best we can be. Same desire I have for my sons. I want them both to be the best they can be. I want them to achieve whatever dreams they have. My oldest son, at least at this point, you know how kids are, it changes, but right now he wants to be an astronaut, and he wants to go to Mars. And here's the thing. If that's what he wants, if that's what he truly desires, I want to do everything I can to make that happen. Within reason, of course. You know, my youngest son wanted to be a dinosaur. I really can't make that one happen. But if it's something that I can help make happen, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sacrifice to make that happen for my kids. And our Father in heaven has the same desire for us. He wants us to be the best we can be. And the best we can be is to be like His Son, to be Christ-like. And that's what He wants us to be. He wants to draw us closer to Him. And sometimes the way He does that is through trials. Sometimes it takes that hardship to make you seek after Him. So that is my thoughts today that I want to share. I want you to remember those two things. A, that you have a God who loves you deeply and dearly as a son, as a daughter. And B, that God who loves you deeply and dearly knows everything, is in control of everything, and has a plan for everything. So whatever trial you're facing right now, or whatever challenge you're facing right now, whatever hardship is going in your life right now, God is in control of that. He has a plan for that, and He's doing that and allowing that for your betterment. So be open to see what it is He's trying to draw you, how it is He's trying to draw you closer to Him, what it is He's trying to help you give up. So that's my thoughts for the day. Y'all have a great one, and I hope y'all are blessed today. Love you guys. All right, bye.